Afternoon, everybody. Now, yesterday I made a short video of how to get the bike in the air, and we did a demonstration where I backed the bike up, or the trike up on the ramps like I like to do, and mostly because it keeps me out of jeopardy with my downhill garage. And then I also raised the rear end using my lift jack and screw stand for maintaining it at its current height. So that's my neighbor, the one that I think is okay. Anyway, the reason why I'm in the service shop and have the trike up on blocks is I was receiving some feedback from the bike as I was going down the road. It started while I was doing the Big Dolores River loop, and about halfway through I kept hearing this like there's a bolt loose, you know what I mean? And typically that sound can come from the sprocket, and on the way home it got to be quite concerning. I thought to myself, well, I put a lot of miles on, and in a loud system like I have, like the RLS exhaust, long exposure to that kind of stuff can really get on your nerves as far as noise. So I gave it a day, took it for another ride, and it seemed to go away. Well, then my wife and I went out again, and apparently when my wife's on the bike, that makes a difference. Because we got to looking into this thing, and I stripped out all the necessary skins to take a good look at the motor. One of the first things that I did, I'm going to point out, because you keep hearing the clingy sound, was I spin my back wheel, because I figured, well, if it's drivetrain, I should hear it. The drivetrain is perfect. I know from setting tension on my bike, whether or not my tension's good, pretty much by hand feel. Tension's good. That's not it. I look down into this area, my sprocket pulley is firmly seated. Nothing there. Everything is as is and in order, and you don't see any of the distress symbols you see with the damage that's caused by the front sprocket issue. I don't even have oil leaks. Everything is running perfectly this year, including my 1050 oil is not doing the seepage leaks anymore. So my bike stays clean between oil changes. There's a hint for you. If you're getting annoyed by all the weepy oil leaks that a Can-Am gets, switch to 1050. They stop. So anyway, so I checked my oil and did everything else, and I noticed one thing right away. But I have a product that's unique to the bike, or unique to my bike. It is available to other bikes, but can anybody kind of look at the air filter and tell me what's going on? I don't know if you got close up enough or not, but sure enough, there's a gap. See that? See it wiggle? So this is JT's Spyder Stores air intake for the 2008 to 2012 RSS. I believe they make a kit for, I know they make a kit for the RTs of those years too. And here's its AIS filter, because that used to be part of the box. It's no longer here. So the AIS is vented on its own now, has its own filter system. And then I run with a Wix 41654, I think it is. But anyway, this is a Wix brand filter, and I did a recent oil change. The reason why I wanted to do this video is this is what is called troubleshooting. Now, troubleshooting to me is, honestly, where are when you're looking for a mistake that's happening in the bike, honestly, 80% of the time it's usually related to an error caused by the human, by the owner. So the first thing that I like to do is go through and review the things that I regularly service, which are filter, oil, spark plugs, wires, everything. So once you get the skins off, it becomes pretty obvious. You can start to really see things. You can't see anything, and you're just wasting your time sitting there trying to guess at shit. If you have a noise that you need to identify, if you have a leak that you need to identify, if you have anything that you need to identify where you're troubleshooting or trying to repair something, you need to get it up on the blocks, get the skins off it, get the operational skins off it where you can get clear access to the motor, the cooling system where you can check your coolant levels, which are fine. I already checked my oil. I was going to check my filter, and I checked my spark plug wires, but I was going to check my filter, and that's when I noticed the gap. So what I'm going to do now over the next few minutes is set a hyperwarp, finish the services while I'm recording it, and then we'll go from there. But for now, all I'm going to do is first I'm going to remove this cover, because on this model of air filter, my top more or less just spins right off because it's dual bolted. And once it's up and loose, you know, rather than tightening it right now, she's a little dirty. Because, you know, Sherry and I enjoy going into what you would call non-traditional areas with the trike. So it fills up. So you can tell where the air filter is a bit dirty. I'm just going to run next door, dash next door, and get this blown out, and we'll go from there. And that's just a mid-season air filter cleaning. And that's why I love this filter. This is so easy to do on this, and with these Wix filters, they blow right out. So you get a nice full season of clean operations. But this is the sound that I was hearing. That exact noise over the top of the rattle, and it would only do it in motion. So the first thing I did was come in and check my drivetrain, and then I started on motor functionality. And you always, always, always start on the work that you last did. That's the most important part of troubleshooting. What did I last screw up? Trust me, don't insult your ego, don't try to puff your pride, and don't get pissed off about this kind of stuff. You are capable of error. Machines aren't. So usually you introduce an error into a machine, just like I did. I should be regularly checking this every 2-3 months, or at least every time I check my oil, I should give it a twist. And I didn't. And it failed me. So now I have to fix it. It's an easy one to fix. That's all I got for today. And like I said, I doubt I'll show you the put together, but I'll capture it just in case, but I'm going to do that on a time warp basis, so you don't have to hear me cuss and scream at my bike as I return it to service. Thanks for watching. Everybody have a nice day. Peace.